Thailand eh.
Yes, it's quite interesting.
Yeah, sure. We meet that a lot. What is PASAR Malams?
Huh? What?
In SG Now, right now, we meet a couple of guys who can tell you everything you ever need to know about buses.
Join CityJo Carson and friends at Jalan Batu as they bring daily essentials to the needy living alone in one-room flats.
Go on the hunt for Singapore's talented buskers with CityJo Kathleen as they make their comeback to the streets as COVID restrictions ease.
And in 1 by 30, we ask if anyone misses the PASAR Malams.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of SG Now. Before we introduce our first story of the day, we'd just like to mention our adopted charity for the month, Lions Befrienders.
The Lion Befrienders Service Association was set up almost 3 decades ago in 1995.
And the LBSA offers a hand of friendship and help to vulnerable seniors so that they can enjoy meaningful and enriching lives. Their work involves assisting the elderly in daily living activities such as light housekeeping and personal hygiene.
And they need all the help they can get.
So to donate, please follow the link in the program description.
Our first story today revolves around something so vital to the modern city, there's even a song about it.
And it goes like this. The wheels on the bus goes round and round, round and round, round and round.
Drop the
The
beat.
wheels on the bus go round
go
and
Kai.
round. Early in the morning?
Okay, I think that's enough.
Is it early in the morning? I think I might get the lyrics wrong though.
I don't know, but I think that's about enough rapping as I can take for one day. But we're talking about
buses!
of course, and bus enthusiasts to be exact.
CityJo Syah caught up with Matthew and Naz, two guys who probably know more about buses than any other Singaporean alive.
Check it out.
Wow, that is so cool. Passions, interests, hobbies, most of us have something that we revel in. But have you ever met someone who has a profound love for buses? Today, I'm about to meet a few bus enthusiasts to find out what about buses that interests them so much. So come along with me on this journey today. Hi guys!
Hi.
No surprise that you wanted to meet at the bus stop. Okay, so where are we going today?
Okay, we're going to take a trip to the Woodlands Integrated Transport Hub.
Okay, and what bus are we taking?
Okay, we're going to be taking one of the unique buses with 3-door double-decker on
Ooh.
Feederhood 900.
Alright, that's so interesting. I've never taken that bus before, by the way. Okay, before we actually bought the bus, do you want to tell us more about bus spotting? What is it about, and like, how do you guys go about planning it?
In the olden days, like a few years ago, we actually did on Facebook. We actually plan like certain bus model to catch on a week. Like for example, 1 week we will go to Boon Lay Interchange to take the last on-aircon buses in Singapore. And on another week, we will like meet at Bukit Panjang and we will take a scenic bus route like bus 975. Yeah, and we usually take photos, take videos, and enjoy like the time together, like just spotting buses as a group.
How long does it usually last, like each bus spotting experience?
Half a day.
Half a day.
Half a day. Normally.
Okay, last question before we board the bus. Do you guys ever get motion sickness?
No,
No, never?
not in my dictionary.
Okay, so are we ready to go?
Let's go.
Alright, let's go. We're excited. I'm ready. The bus is here.
Our bus is here.
Yeah, the bus is here.
Not many Singaporeans have actually taken a ride.
Right.
or
Yeah,
seen
like
it.
me. I've not taken it.
Yes, because you must know where to find it.
Right.
This is actually one of the perks on the bus portal.
Okay, so on these bus spotting journeys, what do you guys usually do when you're on the bus?
Like for me, I'll take videos and photos of the buses.
Like for me, I actually document. For me, I mainly document mainstream. So normally I'll shoot the buses all from the outside. But normally from the inside, for me, I just get to experience comfort, new features that actually the government has set.
Sitting where I was in this bus, I felt as if I was on an attraction rather than a bus trip. I was really having a ride.
For this unique interchange for ourselves, it's actually one of the few interchanges that has actually incorporated the tradition of preserving bus parks. And it's also one of the unique interchanges that bus fans adore. Why? Let me show you.
You guys helped
Yes.
with this.
Yeah.
What's their name? What's their name? Matthew and Naz. They helped out with this museum in Woodlands Interchange.
Yeah,
Very cool.
correct.
Tell us what you did here.
SMRT actually contacted us and one of the many bus fans to actually help to contribute artifacts and actually items for keepsake memory. So what we actually did, like even for me and Matt, we actually managed to procure like a storyline for all the different type of bus models that we supply our routes, ranging from those as old as City Shuttle service to our modern double-decker buses in green. They also have the old plate numbers of buses that used to fly. So all these were actually original. So this is some of the stuff that I personally contributed myself.
You can see that there's his name because he contributed it. Wow, this is really cool. Thank you so much for contributing to this project over here.
Well, it's a team collaboration, but there's actually much more where this came from, actually.
Oh, really?
Yep, it's actually at my museum.
Oh, can we have a look?
Oh, why not? Let's go.
All right, let's go. I'm so intrigued because you have so much collection here. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about it?
Well, as well, I would like to call the museum of my own.
Yeah.
So for this museum of mine, it's actually created using many different parts, those that are salvaged from the old retired buses, and at the same time, modern bus models that actually have been engraved and created by collectors for keepsake.
Where do you get all of these collections from? Where do you collect all of them from?
For these collections, for the bus models, we actually can source them online.
Yeah.
They're actually made by collectors, and they don't usually come too cheap because they are not exactly a toy. So they actually come at quite more of a collector's price. While some of the other items, such as the destination display and the old license plates, were actually collected from the scrapyard themselves when the bus actually gets decommissioned.
So for those of you who were one of the older ones and you you did take the older buses, you would remember this coin. What is it called?
Coin box.
The coin box, and they're saying it still works. So let's see it. Wow! Do you get a ticket? Is there a ticket that comes out?
Nope. Sadly, this is the olden days where before the ticket printer actually comes out. People still throw in their cash in there.
Okay, so Naz loves buses so much that he became a bus captain himself. So Naz, do you want to tell us a little bit more about your life as a bus captain?
Joining the industry itself also gives me a big eye-opener at how operations are run. So it's not all about just snapping buses, chasing buses all the time. So joining the industry gives me a bit of a wake-up call to see like how things are actually being run, and it's not as easy as it seems.
And Matthew, as a bus enthusiast, would you want to follow in Naz's footsteps to become a bus captain as well?
I would say that it's definitely a bus enthusiast's dream to be able to drive such a big bus one day. So yes, I would definitely would like to also follow in his footsteps, but maybe on like a part-time basis.
Right.
Yeah, I'd rather like help out with operations planning, and also if like the time arises where they need help, then maybe I can come in to support.
Okay. Would you say there are any downsides to being a bus enthusiast? Any challenges you faced?
I believe there was once where we were taking pictures of buses at Pasir Ris interchange. Yeah, and there was the security guard that walked up to us and like
you can't take photos here. You need to delete those photos. If not, I'll call the police on you.
Why?
Yeah, because
Are you actually allowed to do that? To take
yes,
photos? Yeah,
actually we are allowed to do that. But there's just, I think, a lack of knowledge on the security side. Yeah, on like the actual rules and regulations, and they often impose it on us.
Okay, so how many years of knowledge would you say you have being a bus enthusiast?
I think for over a decade now.
How about you?
Yeah, it's about over a decade. We met around the same time as well.
Right, okay, that's a long time to learn about buses. So now we're gonna put their knowledge to the test and ask a few questions to see what they know about the buses. So, all right, ready? CSS254Z.
CSS254Z was Hino RK176. This was actually retired in the early 90s. No, the late 90s, just before the 2000 generation.
T1B715D.
DAF. It's a DAF SB220LT. Yes.
TIB1.
The yellow one.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't remember, the T1B366C.
TIB366C. TIB366C is a Nissan Diesel U31 RCN.
It's correct! SBS 8006H.
Oh, come on. This one's easy.
That is Mercedes-Benz A1.
No.
It's
the one that didn't Kembangan 42.
She said it was correct.
It's correct though. So we have proven that they really do know their buses really well. Like fun facts that we don't even know, like the model, the engine. So that's really cool, guys. Keep it up. So thank you so much for sharing with us your wonderful hobby. I really hope you continue loving this interest, and I hope this love won't die. So one last question before we go. I want to go to Causeway Point from here. What bus do I take?
900?
Or 960.
900 or 962. Okay, great. Thank you. This has been CityJo Syah. Bye, everyone.
Wow, there's so much we don't know about our buses.
Yeah, I mean, I know, right? And I really think that it was the way they spoke about them and that museum. Wow. And you know what? I guess if you really, really, really know about something, it really does inspire everyone else to feel the same way.
That's right. And our next story, we meet a group of volunteers who do indeed have a shared passion.
The Friends group at Jalan Batu offer a variety of services to residents, including rehab services, home personal care, medical escort and transport services, and other community-based activities.
Here's CityJo Carson to tell you more.
At a remote part of Singapore, there is an HDB estate called Jalan Batu. Within the HDB blocks is a very friendly organization called Friends. I walked in one day to find out more about this place, and they are exactly what they say they are. Friends. Friends to the community within Jalan Batu, which is one of the oldest HDB estates in Singapore. This started my volunteer journey with Friends. As it turned out, this was a very rewarding experience.
I am Jamie. I am the social worker here. I've been working here for slightly more than a year. Some of the services that we provide include our daycare, our rehab services, home personal care. Sometimes we have medical escort and transport services as well. And if we have activities in the community, we always love to bring our elderly residents down.
Okay.
It gives me joy, and it gives me a sense of purpose in the life. So on a normal day, I am working from home, sitting in front of a laptop and doing IT job. So doing volunteering gives me that sense of fulfillment in life, and that's why I do keep on doing it.
Hi, I'm Gracie. I'm an SMU student. We actually help the elderly from Tanjong Ru. So we provide them a place to come during the day where they can do activities like colouring and exercise. So we also provide them with meals, and then today we're actually going out to give out toiletries and tissue paper. And yeah, we have volunteers that come in all the time to help with all this also. Most of my days I go out with the volunteers. So this is quite usual. Yeah, but usually we don't have a film crew, so this is special, I guess. Woo! Yay! Okay.
Okay, why don't you describe your day?
It's been a bloody hot day.
Oh, my full name's Elliot Howe. I'm in secondary 4 and I love geography.
So why did you volunteer to distribute food for friends?
Some of my neighbors are less fortunate than my family, so I wanted to volunteer to help them with their lives.
What were some of the challenges you faced when you were volunteering?
I couldn't speak Mandarin, Chinese, Malay or Tamil, so Uncle Carson helped me learn the few basic sentences.
你过年你是收到什么的礼物啊？记得吗？
饼干那些饼干啊、干啊那些的水果啦，好歡喜啦，好多謝啲善心人啊，照顧咯，照顧到我哋呢啲老人家啦。
Have these items help you in make your life easier?
梗係啦，有俾我哋容易啲，有嗰種樂趣啦，有嗰種氣氛喺過年咧，比較有啲歡樂啦，帶俾我哋好多呢啲歡喜咧。好感謝嗰啲善心人啦，多關心我哋啲老人家啦，所以呢啲善心人啦，好你哋嘅心意好多謝你哋啊，好感激啊 ！Thank you very much.
I've just done a round of volunteering. What an enriching experience. When I first volunteered, I didn't think much about it. I said, okay, I think I'll be free. I can help out. But after doing it, I actually received so much more because I see the smiles on their faces, and it really makes your day. For the little bit that you do for them, I'll encourage us all to do whatever little we can. I'm CityJo Carson, Singapore 1.
Alrighty, it's time for some light entertainment, busker style. But seriously, if you were given the opportunity to do some busking, what would you do?
I would dance.
Dance?
Yeah, I love dancing. Sharda style. Break it down. Sharda style. Dun, 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 dun. Oh.
People pay good money for that.
I hope so. What about you guys?
Well, I would like to paint on people.
On people?
Yeah, like I would paint a snake on you.
Wow.
As you dance.
Very nice. We should collaborate.
We should.
I think people pay money to see that.
Let's.
Okay, Ken. But for some time, there have been very few buskers because of the safety measures and restrictions, which has made me quite sad.
But you know what? CityJo Kathleen has been stalking up and down Orchard Road to seek out the few that ventured out.
Check it out.
Buskers were badly hit as they were banned from all live performances last year. Some turned to online busking and part-time jobs. Orchard isn't the same without its buskers, ice cream stands and little handcraft sellers.
We checked in with one of the buskers.
Hi, my name is Nizam. I've been in the music industry for since 2003, and I've been playing the drums full-time for about 5 to 6 years. I've been into busking nowadays. Since COVID hit us, everything went to a stop. For people who depend on music for income, everything, they will really feel the pain. And I definitely feel the pain, although I do it like part-time. I still feel the pain because, it's a loss of income. It's still quite tough, because we used to perform like 3 times a week. Now it's like, to get a gig like once a month with this pilot project is still tough.
You had your event the other day. How did you feel being able to perform again? Like finally sort of like, it's not like full busking, but you still got to perform it.
Singing live in front of a live audience again, makes me really feel good. You can see people actually enjoying the music. It was a good experience. A new experience for me to actually, learn how to engage with the crowd in that sense. Now I think we have more events coming up because of Busking Association, right? So yeah, I think it's a good start. I hope more pilot event will come up. We want everything to go back to normal, you know, get to perform again in the streets, get to perform with live audience, you know, in front of people again, you know, interact with people, you know, get requests from people again. Yeah, that's my hope.
It seems comforting to have some events from the past come back. I miss the art markets and the live music. Let's hope the streets of the city will be crowded once again with buskers of every kind. This has been Kathleen for Singapore One.
This week, the strict rules will no longer apply, so more will be joining Nazim and the other talented buskers to bring life back to our Singapore streets. I'm so excited. Yeah, I can't wait.
And speaking of our streets, do you miss our Pasar Malam longer streets?
Of course I miss our Pasar Malams. It's been so long. I love Pasar Malams because the vibrant lights, the food, and all the shops.
Yep.
How much do you miss Pasar Malams?
I miss Pasar Malam because I miss buying plants at our Pasar Malam.
Plants at the Pasar Malam?
Yes, I got all my plants from Pasar Malams.
All your plants?
Firstly, they're cheaper, and at night, plants glow differently. And they speak to you in different language before you buy them. It's like,
I see.
Come get me.
Now you know how to speak to Kai, okay?
Okie dokie, let's see how fellow Singaporeans feel about our Pasar Malams.
Like racism is educate them, but possibly resurface stupid thoughts.
No questions here,
okay, that's all.
Yes, a lot. I don't know, I think it's just the crowd. Yeah, I have kids and you know, it's fun to bring them to browse and explore.
No. Was that a miss?
Yes, kind of. I think there's a lot of things that we can see and buy.
What is Pasar Malam?
Huh? What?
What I miss about the Pasar Malams, the excitement, the chaos, the spontaneity.
Yes, food. We used to go and buy things at night,
Yeah, sure. I miss that a lot. No need a crowd, but you can see like the good old days, right?
So when I was a kid, I enjoyed going to the Pasar Malam, but I think when I become older, Pasar Malam is like less interesting for me.
No, it's nothing so fantastic to me. Yeah.
I definitely miss the Pasar Malam, but not the current one. The olden days one, that one was fun.
You enjoy, I call it, mingling with the crowd, you know, in the excitement of the night.
Yes, the vibe there.
Yes, I like to go see big things and then pass my time away.
I think the cheap stuff and also the food. I definitely miss Pasar Malam.
Miss Pasar Malam. It gives me the sense of nostalgic feeling.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I totally miss Pasar Malam.
我冇掛住，因為我未感受過 night market。會咧，很懷念呢。
Yes, it's quite interesting and I feel like it's part of like our Singaporean culture also.
Yes, I do hope that COVID eases up so that they can bring the Pasar Malams back.
And you know what's coming back?
What?
The Geylang Bazaar. Yum!
Really?
Yeah, it's coming back in full, not in its full force, but I'm just so glad that it's coming back.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I really have missed the Pasar Malams and I enjoy the bazaar so much. So
yeah, and so much food to eat and so many people to meet. Now you can bring your friends. All 10 of you can have 10 friends to go out together.
Yes, 10 friends to go together. I do. I have 10 friends. You can be one of the friends. Then you'll be my 10th friend. Anyway, with that, we've come to the end of another episode. I hope you've enjoyed all the rapping and the singing. Thanks for watching, and please remember to like, share, and hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment or two. We're a community channel, and your views really mean a lot to us.
Say how much you love us, okay? See you next time. Bye.